Welcome to Intuitive Flow. I'm your host, Mikaela Filar, intuitive energetic healer, medium, entrepreneur, and mindset mentor with a mission to help you step into your fullest potential by giving you the tools to rid yourself of limiting beliefs, love yourself unconditionally, and create the reality that you dream of living. It is time to transform your mindset, get unstuck, and step into the highest frequency version of yourself who has unshakable confidence. I am even answering your juiciest questions regarding all things intuition, manifestation, personal development, self-love, self-image, and helping you work through your dilemmas, intuitively guiding you to expand your mindset and level up in life. So turn up the volume and get excited for this intuitive flow. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Intuitive Flow with Mikaela Filar. I am thrilled about today's episode because I am joined here with special guest and really great friend and Awaken Intuition alumni student slash entering level 3 student slash really excited. I'm just so excited to have her. Amber is here with us today and she's going to share her experience with us through Awaken. She has been in my world for a while now. How long have you been in working with me or in my world? Like over a year now, right?
Since August or July last year. Last
Yeah,
year.
yeah. So we're coming up on a year. Yeah. And she joined Awaken about 3 months ago. So January is when we started level 1 with you. And I am really excited to hear about your experience. And I wanted to get you on the podcast so that you can kind of share what it's like from a student's perspective. That way, if anybody is out there thinking about joining or thinking about honing in on their intuition, they have any questions, hopefully we answer them here today in this episode. Amber, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Amber. I am from Australia, so you might notice the accent. I live in central Queensland, not too far from the coast. I love to do Pilates. I love to learn about my intuition and continue to learn about this crazy world that we're in and that we get to experience. And yeah, I love spending time with my friends and family and just learning to be myself.
I love that. It's honestly been such an incredible thing to witness the growth that has happened within the last few months, even of working with you. And I feel like, especially because this level this group that you're in is so intimate, like there's literally, I think starting off there was 3, and then in level 2, now there's only 2 people. And so being able to really get to know you because it was such an intimate experience inside of these 2 levels with you, and it's just been so incredible to witness like literally the amount of growth and even just in our group chatting back and forth about all of your aha moments throughout all of the trainings and sessions and stuff, which we'll get into. But you guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, if you don't know what we're talking about as far as Awaken goes, Awaken is my intuition training course. And this gives you the opportunity to hone in on your intuitive gifts because we are all born with intuition. And this course really hones in on getting the most accurate information using your intuition so that you do not need to look outside of yourself for the answers anymore. And you heal on a deep, profound level. And you also make friends and so much more inside of this course. So I'm opening up level 1 again, which is 6 weeks of pre-recorded modules. And we meet together live each week to go over what we learned, practice with our peers, get any of your questions answered. And it's just one of my favorite things to be a part of and to teach and to witness the transformation that these students inside of Awaken have. So getting into these questions for you, Amber, I would love to know what your relationship was like with your intuition before joining level 1 intuition training.
It definitely didn't really have any kind of connection with it. I would have little things where, like, I could read some people's minds that were really close to me, like, I would know what they're going to say to me. But other than that, it was basically non-existent.
Wow. Okay. So when you say, like you said, read people's minds, so like you just knew what they were answering and then they would say it, and then you'd be like, I knew they were going to say that.
Yeah, well, the funniest is like my dad called me one time and he hadn't said anything to me, and I was like, "No, I don't know where that is." And he was like,
Oh,
"Have I asked you already?" And I was like, "No, I just had a feeling. I just knew you were going to ask me."
that's hilarious. Wait, that's so cool. Did you know what that was? Like, did you?
No, I just went along with my day afterwards.
I love that. She's like, I'm telepathic and it's fine. Like, whatever. Isn't everybody like this? No, they're not. Some people are more in
Yeah.
tune with it than others. Some, like for me, I thought that everyone had the ability to read energy the way that I did, but apparently some of us are more in tune with it than others. And if you're here, if you're listening to this podcast episode, you most likely have some sort of empath, intuitiveness, mediumness to you, some sort of spiritual, quote unquote, woo woo thing about you that you're interested in learning more about and what the heck it is and how to get control over it too. What made you decide to join level one in the first place?
I felt a real calling to do it kind of mid last year, but I'd already made commitments to
Mhm.
other study. In a previous session with you, my higher self reminded me not to overcommit. So I didn't, because I have a tendency of doing that. And so when it was opening up again for the start of this year, I thought, what a perfect way to start off 2025. It's something that I've been wanting to do, and I should just take the leap and do it now.
And so when you said you had just felt a calling for it, I mean that's your connection to your intuition, like that pull. Like what did that feel like? Can you describe that, or was it just like a knowing?
It was a bit of like a want and a knowing. It was a yes, I should do this. There wasn't really too much of a question about whether I should do it. It was just more, when do I fit this in with what's currently going on with my life?
Yeah, totally. So you just gave it a little bit more of a planning. You wanted to plan it better.
Yeah, because I had signed up for my Pilates certification. So
Hmm.
that took a lot of brain power, learning all of the anatomy, all of the exercises leading up to the study, and having the two of them going at the same time just wouldn't have been, I would have been breakdown city.
Yeah, I mean, and you also work full time, so there's that. There's
Yes.
that aspect too. Okay. Is there any part of you that wishes that you started earlier?
Oh, always. With anything that I do, I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner?
I know,
Um,
same.
but then I guess it's also the fact that there's no time like the present. So it doesn't matter if you would have done it beforehand. Maybe you had to learn something beforehand before you did it. So I just think it always happens for a reason at a time that you're meant to do it.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. So, how did you feel at the start of this journey compared to where you are right now?
Oh, I am completely different. And everyone around me is noticing as well. Um,
Oh, I love that. In what
my
way?
outlook on life is different. My attitude towards every day is different. The attitude towards myself is different. Um, just yeah, it is every aspect of my life is completely different.
For the better.
Yes,
Like
for the better.
what are some of the some of the things that people are saying to you that they're noticing about you? That's different.
Um, like my overall happiness is different. Like I'm a lot happier. They'll even really notice me like, wow, Amber's in a really good mood today. Like, what's going on there? Or I actually have found that I have a lot stronger boundaries at work. I'll be like, I
Mm,
actually don't have time for this. You can put it on my list, but it's not my priority. And I will get to it when I get to it. That's probably been like the biggest thing that I've really noticed, because I've always really struggled with boundaries in workplace.
mhm.
So that has definitely strengthened so much.
That's incredible. What do you think specific like how did Awaken specifically help get that like help you create better boundaries?
I think it helped with my self regulation and my people pleasing tendencies. Just being able to understand, like, the definition of self love,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that you can't pour from an empty cup. Yours has to be full first to be able to
Mm-hmm.
do something else for anyone else. Putting that into like practical day to day things, like saying, no, I need to get through these jobs first before I can help you do your job.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it's important to you, but my priority right now is doing what I need to get done.
Totally. And would you say that inside of Awaken, we really do a lot of healing in that because of the practice sessions with your peers? Like you're getting intuitive reads from your peer weekly. And so that allowed you to really like heal and embody this new version of you.
Well, even like you don't think things are affecting you, but they are. And you'll go, oh, I didn't realize that was having such an astronomical, like, take on my life and affecting me in all these aspects. And then you learn about it and you go, oh, okay, then. And just even acknowledging it, just that little shift where you start to catch yourself is something where you're like, this is amazing. You're aware of it. So you start to change that behavior, if you want to change the behavior, but you start to change it. And yeah, it's been really great.
Yeah. So when you're saying that, you mean like how you get the energetic root cause of why ever or whatever this block is coming from, or why you act the way or react the way that you do. And because you get to that root cause, you see that like something you didn't think was a big deal was actually really having a huge effect on your life. And from shifting and healing that using what we learn inside of Awaken, it really allowed you to shift and heal and show up differently.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
That's incredible. I love that. Was there a specific moment during Awaken where you realized, wow, this is really working? Like your intuition just was like spot on.
Yeah, I think even just starting off with the first reads that we ever did, which I think are the animal reads, which is really fun because you do a lot of visualizing, even
Yes,
just how
clairvoyant.
accurate they can be. And it's really just your interpretation of it that can sometimes be misleading. Um, that
So
was really
good.
fun to be like, wow, that I'm doing that already. This is the first day we've ever done this. And I think it's just, you don't understand how much power you really have with your own intuition, considering that I didn't have any real clues prior to this. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't talk to like ghosts or see past family members or anything like that. I didn't have that experience. So I didn't know
Mhm.
how I was going to go in Awaken.
Yeah, like you almost think that, oh, like this isn't for me because like I haven't had any of those past experiences. And then you get into it and like the first day that you're in it, you're like, oh my gosh, like I just did an entire intuitive read for this person and it's correct and it's resonating for her, and like that's so reassuring and so helpful. You're like, oh, game on. Like if this is the first week, like can't wait for what it's like 6 weeks from now or 12 weeks from now. Amber has just completed the level 2 of Awaken. There's 4 levels right now, and so she's about to enter into level 3, which is intuition mastery, and I'm super excited for her. But yeah, so I absolutely love that. I love that you shared that. And it's so true. Like when you jump into Awaken, you are truly expediting the process of learning all things intuition because you don't have to learn them and do it on your own. You're learning exactly what you need to learn, the exact questions, exactly how you need to ask the questions to get the most accurate information. It's really incredible to watch, and it's been so incredible to watch your intuition and like the trust that you've built within your intuitive answers and within yourself throughout the last 3 months together. So proud. What were some of the biggest aha moments or breakthroughs you had during your time in Awaken so far?
I would say it's been more level 2 than level 1 with real aha moments, mainly because it's kind of taken me a bit of time to get to the aha moments.
Mm.
But specifically in the last week and a half, I have had the craziest shifts. I got down to the root cause of why I don't feel like I'm enough. And I understood why I don't celebrate my achievements as well. So, like, I found the root cause of that and went, oh, this is why. Um, there was another one and I can't remember what it was, but
I
they've been
mean,
some
those
really
are,
massive shifts.
yeah, those are some big things. Those are huge. Like that has such an impact on your whole life. And for you to sit here and say that in 3 months you've healed that or you've found the root cause and you're beginning to shift and heal that is actually profound. Like that's insane. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. Okay. Was there anything that surprised you about learning to trust your intuition?
Probably just how quickly you can start to have mastery over it when you're just practicing it in your day-to-day life. Like every day I ask mine which way I should turn at the lights because I can go to work two different ways. So I always ask which way I should go. Just, little things like that every day. Or I was running early one day and I thought, oh, I should get myself a chai this morning. And my intuition told me no. And I was low-key pissed. I was like, okay, whatever. And then later in the day, my partner rocked up to my work with one. And I was like, oh, there it is. There's the reason it said no. I was like, okay, I'll let this slide.
That's incredible. And the fact that you listened and you like trusted that, and then for your partner to like show up and be like, here you go, I've got this for you. Like, I love that. That's amazing. I love that story. That actually answers my next question, which was how has your intuition shown up in your daily life since taking this course?
Well,
Beautiful
yeah, with
example.
that, even online shopping, which size should I get? Great hack. I don't have to go around measuring myself, trying to figure out what's going to fit me. Yeah, that has also been a great help. So even if you
Yeah.
don't want to do Awaken for a business purposes or anything like that, just the little life hacks that you have around your house, like should I eat before I exercise this morning? Because sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no.
So big. Yeah. Yeah, so true. I'm so happy that you said that because people think like, oh, I don't want to do this for a job, so like I don't need to. Well, getting getting in touch with your intuition and truly like w- it's such a life hack. It is such a life hack. It's a hack to create anything that you want in life. Even if you do work a 9 to 5 or work in corporate, like even making those daily decisions in your job so that you can get the most that you need to get done in a day or that you do it the best that it can get done. Or maybe it's like, um, should I leave for lunch today and like get something at this restaurant, or should I stay here and eat the lunch that I packed? It's like you can ask silly questions just like that and get yes and no answers, especially in level one. Level one is truly mastering that yes and no and learning how to trust your intuition, where level two we really get into like the the deeper things. But we still definitely go deep in level one, but it's more so about like learning how to protect, clear your energy and learning how to trust yourself and your intuition.
Yeah, and I also don't think people realize how much energy they're giving out throughout the day. When I started doing the energy protections and recoveries, I couldn't get over how much better I felt. And I
Mm.
actually felt like I had more energy because I was protecting it, and I just didn't realize how much of it was going out to everyone and anyone during the day.
Yeah, 100%. We also learn a lot about dark forces in level one, too, which is a huge thing for anyone because just like there is light, there is dark. And if you believe in anything that's light, you've got to understand that there is dark as well. And being able to protect yourself from that is massive and will also very much so help you with your energy and your negative thoughts and being happier, right?
Yeah, I definitely have started to notice some trends when I have particular dark forces on me. Like I will be a lot more anxious than what I typically would be. There's like that just kind of
Mm-hmm.
anxiety that I can't put a finger on. I'm like, why am I anxious? There is no reason to be anxious. There's nothing, coming up in my day that makes me feel like this. And I go, oh, I probably have something.
And
I
then
need
you
to
look
clear
in
that.
and you're like, yeah,
And
and
I'm
then
like,
she
yeah.
intuitively looks in and she's like, oh, yep,
I
I
was
was
like,
right.
yeah, I was like, checks out. Need to get rid of that.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Okay. Um, did you have any doubts or fears before signing up for Awaken? And if so, how did you move past them?
Yeah, of course I did. Thinking of my background, and I didn't have anything where I felt like, oh yeah, I could do this, because every intuitive that I follow has had some profound thing when they were a kid that these things used to happen, or they used to know what would happen, and I didn't have any of those experiences. So I definitely had some big reservations. I'd also done some like self-development courses through other people previously, and it just never felt like it worked. Like it just wasn't right. And now, through my understanding of intuition, I know why that wasn't right, and why it didn't work for me is because it wasn't specific enough for me. Where Awaken really is, because we're just reading our own energies, and or your partner's reading your energy, and even if you don't like know about it consciously, your subconscious does, and so we're kind of reading both to get to the root cause and things, and change things and actually change them for the better.
Yeah, 100%. So, like, you're saying you had taken courses, like intuition courses before?
They weren't
Um,
intuition courses, but like say they were, I can't remember the name of the one that I did, but it was like a self development it was like a manifestation course. And it was like
okay.
manifesting your dream life.
Mm,
And it's like I did that, and just nothing for me. And I was like, why is this not working for me?
mm-hmm. I think that's one of my one of my peeves is like for
Mm-hmm.
sure is there's so much out there in the coaching world that is courses and things that specifically work for that coach. Whereas with Awaken, we do focus on manifestation and we do talk about manifestation. Like that's something that's huge inside of Awaken is clearing blocks that are restricting you from getting what you want and then clearing those blocks and getting the tools that you need to get to where you want to go quicker. And that is huge and specific to you and your higher self and what's going to work best for you. Whereas if you're just taking a course that's specific to like manifest your dream life using this exact blueprint, but they're not doing any channeling for you what and figuring out what's specific for you, like that's not going to work the same. It's not going to compute. So that's what makes this course so different is that you can use your intuition for literally anything. And especially when it comes to your life, creating like the life that you are desiring to create for yourself, you need specific to you information, tools, getting to that emotional root cause and clearing whatever blocks that you have that are stopping you from getting to where you want to go. You've got to that's got to be specific to you. And inside of Awaken, I teach you the tools and the things and the questions that you need to like get those answers. So this is so much more than just honing in on your intuition. It's honing in on your intuition so that you can get the answers that you need to get to where you want to go in life. And that is priceless. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is worth so much more than what I'm charging for this course. So I love that you said that. I love that you mentioned that because that is so, so true.
Yeah, and they always say like, you need to take that want off the pedestal, but if you can't understand that you even have it on the pedestal, or how much it's on the pedestal, you're never going to be able to take it off, because you just don't understand what needs to be done that works best for you to get it there. Like there's all the generic stuff that they say. It's never hit for me. Never, ever, ever, ever.
Yeah. So you're saying it wasn't until Awaken that you actually got the tools that were like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then it actually took the thing that you had off the pedestal.
Yeah.
Oh. I love it. Love to hear it. Love it so much. You're going to hear me say love it like 75 million times throughout this episode, guys. That, and I realize that I say I'm so excited like 75 times. It's an old habit. Some old habits never die. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Next question. What would you say to someone who is on the fence about joining level one?
You don't have anything to lose. That would be my just main message is you do not have anything to lose.
You have everything to gain.
Yes, and everything to gain.
Literally. Literally. Okay. I love that. How did you balance learning this work while navigating everyday life?
Well, fun stuff for me because I'm in a different country, so we're different time zones. Like this podcast recording this morning started at 5 a.m. for me. So if you really want to do something, you make time for it. I already have a pretty good morning routine with exercise and things like that. So I typically would watch recordings or things like that while I'm walking on the treadmill and taking notes, bit of habit stacking so that my time is being used effectively. And then just practicing little things throughout my day or in the afternoons or just settings time aside in the mornings for the meditations. They take like 15 minutes. It's really not that long.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
And
So
if you really
important.
want to make your life change, you will make effort for it to change.
Oof, mic drop.
Mm.
Mic drop. I always say if there's a will, there's a way.
Uh-huh.
And you guys, Amber has found a freaking way. No matter what, she is always there. She's always showing up to class. Because you guys, that's how you get the most out of this. You get the most out of it when you are present. And you make it work. You guys, I understand that like one of the biggest things that I get, well, there's two. There's one is being the time, like, am I going to have the time? Well, level one, everything is recorded, so you can watch the recordings on your own time. And then I will put you in, everyone gets in a group chat. And inside the group chat, we vote on a time and a day that works best for everybody. And we go from there. So there is, if there is a will, there is a way. And I truly believe that if you want something and you want your life to change, just like Amber said, you're going to make it. You're going to make it happen. You're going to do whatever it takes to make that change in your life. Were there any exercises or practices that were especially helpful or life changing for you?
Um, Definitely in level two, learning how to put aside our emotions,
Mm-hmm.
life changing. That being
Mm-hmm.
able to help me calm down when I'm in a spiral has been one of the greatest things as of recent that I have learned. But even just mastering your yes and no's, just understanding where they are in your body, understanding how to ask the right questions, just for those day to day things. Like, is it instead of asking someone what outfit you should wear, ask your higher self.
Yes.
I
Well, I
used to
feel,
ask I used to ask everyone for their opinions on what I should wear and if I should buy that and if I should do this. I don't do that anymore.
oh,
I
that's
don't need to do that
incredible.
anymore. I have another version of me telling me that this is the best option for me.
I love that. That's incredible. What do you ask? Like, what do you ask your higher self in that situation where it comes to like buying something or putting a different outfit on or whatever? Like, what would that look like?
Say for work, I always change what shoes I'm going to wear to work. I alternate between like 3 or 4 different pairs. And I will ask, is it in my best interest to wear what insert shoe name today? And I will get a yes or a no.
So that I am the most comfortable throughout my workday. I love it.
Yeah, because who knows what's going to happen? Maybe it's going to rain later in the day, and I don't want to get my white shoes dirty. I don't
Mm,
know. That's what they're
yeah.
for, is to deal with the I don't know part, and I just
Yeah.
follow it.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. I love that. All right. You're about to step into level three. What excites you the most about continuing this journey?
It would be to continue to strengthen and grow my abilities with my intuition because there are so many cool things that intuition can do. And I'm just really excited to learn about those things and how to do it in my day-to-day life. Or like I see that telepathy is on there, so getting to really hone in on that would be fun because I've already had my own experiences with it. Fitness plans, that's so cool. Having to not really think about what to eat all the time, please. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. When I learned this read she's referring to in level 3, I teach a very specific intuitive health and fitness plan where I go into like what levels your heart rate needs to be at and when you're working out and like what foods are best for you to eat that week or that day. And literally anything, everything very specific that you would need to know to like get your desired fitness and health goals the quickest is in this read in level 3. And so yeah, I know that that's something that she's been really anticipating and excited for because she's like a
Mhm.
fitness and health girly. So I love that for her. How has Awaken shifted not just your intuition, but your overall mindset, confidence, and decision making?
Like I said before, I used to really rely on other people for my own decisions. So just being able to trust myself in the decisions that I'm making has been massive. Um, Continuing to learn that I'm enough and work on my self image, that's something that I've really struggled with most of my
Mm-hmm.
life. So just continuing learning how to put the tools into play because not everything shifts as quickly as you see online as well. Like sometimes it does take a little bit longer. So there is a little bit of frustration sometimes when you see all these really great intuitives online shifting things in 5 minutes or 30 minutes. And you're like, cool, this is taking me 6 months. And sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating. So there will be a little bit of frustration, but it is for the better. And once you're through it, you'll look back on these times and think, thank God I did that. Thank God I persevered through that because what's out on the other side is so much better than what we were doing before.
I love that. That's incredible. Yay. Okay. And you've taken Glowed Up as well. That was the first
Mm-hmm.
course that you did with me.
Yep.
And how did that, I know this is kind of like a little tangent because this is a different course, but I would love to know since I have you here and it's an evergreen course, meaning you can buy it whenever you want. It's on my website. I'll put it in the show notes below for you. What was your experience like inside of Glowed Up? And what did you said you had struggled with your self-love and self-image for a while and that's what this course is all about. So how did Glowed Up help you in that aspect?
I actually want to redo it now that I've done intuition training
Wow,
because
yeah.
I think it would definitely be more beneficial to me now than the headspace that I was in at the time. It definitely helped with like a lot of core values, like switching them, understanding that. But I think now that I have more trust in my own intuition, doing some of the little self reads that you do, or even being able to be more specific in the things that we learned in Glowed Up, would be a lot more beneficial and a lot more powerful to me now.
That makes a lot of sense. When I did the work that I put inside of Glowed Up, I was also training my intuition as well at the same time. So like I think that that's also why there is a little bit of like intuition inside of Glowed Up. But yeah, that totally makes sense that and also just you're saying the mindset shifts from Awaken, from being inside of level 1 and 2 inside of Awaken have really like helped you get into a better mindset to even hear what you need to hear and get out of Glowed Up, right?
Yeah, sometimes I think that when we sign up to courses, we aren't maybe fully in it mentally, like we think we are, but then we start getting some hard truths, and then we're like, "Whoop, no, we're not."
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
where I feel like now I'm definitely in a much better place, and I'm not as hard on myself as I was at the
Mm,
time. Learning to not to be so hard on myself is something else that I'm really working on because I'm very guilty of that. in most aspects of my life. So now that I have a bit better of a mindset, I would actually really like to go back through, redo a lot of that stuff, because I think it would be so much better for me now, because I'm definitely in a lot better space to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's incredible. I'm so proud of you. I'm having a proud coach mom moment. Okay. If someone listening today was meant to hear one message from you, what would it be?
Don't sell yourself short.
Mm,
You can do this. Anyone can do this. Whether you think you have a background in it, whether you do or don't have a background in it, even if you are an intuitive and you think, what could I possibly gain from this? Never sell
mm,
yourself short. There is
mm-hmm.
always something that you can do better, that someone else has done differently, that you can learn from. Also, a little side note, you can learn on how to test the information that you get from other people in Awaken. So that is also really helpful. Now I hear things and I go, oh, I wonder how accurate that information is. Life changing.
So good. Can you kind of elaborate? Because like I understand what you mean, but like my listeners, not all of them will be able to wrap their head around that. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
So,
Yeah.
funnily enough, I heard this on Michaela's Mentors podcast about testing the information that people put out intuitively. So, if it's not over a 93% accuracy, don't really follow too heavily on it. They might have some really good bits of information in there, but not all of it will be accurate enough. You can even test intuitively how accurate the person is, and like the information that they have as well, before you sign up to a course from someone. You can check intuitively to see, is this person a master in this? If the answer is no, then you don't do it, because it's not going to work for you.
So good. And also you can test like what how much of a match you are to
Mm.
even be in the course and to take the course, right? And you can also in level 3, you're going to be learning like how to get the source truth of news articles or books that you want to read or anything like of the sort like that. You can test the intuitive accuracy. You can intuitively test the accuracy of if the information is source truth or if it's their truth or if it's infiltrated with dark forces, which is a whole other thing. That's a whole other episode to go into, but really incredible thing. Really, I love that you mentioned that. That's great. So, is there anything else that you want to add and let the listeners know?
If you are on the fence about intuition, or maybe you're just listening to this and you haven't even had a read done by Mikaela, I would highly suggest doing it, because I think that was the thing that cemented it in the most for me. I was experiencing pain in my body. I had a reading done with Mikaela. I did what she told me to do. I no longer have pain. So, if that doesn't tell you how accurate intuition can be and to get you out of pain, that was the thing that cemented to me that, wow, this is really real and we can do this. So from that moment forward, I knew I always wanted to train my intuition, whether it was just to get myself out of pain, get my friends and family out of pain. So that would be, yeah, if you haven't had a reading, book a reading, because that will cement it into you that this is for you if you want to take this path.
Yeah, wow, that's wait, I didn't even know that. I love that's incredible. And can you okay, because some people might be listening and be like, what does she mean? Like, how does Michaela's into like how does a session with Michaela like how does it fix the pain in your body? Like, can you explain that?
So, one of the things you learn in Awaken is how to read people's EMF fields, or their creator fields, however you want to use the terminology.
Hmm.
And you can feel pain in the body, and there are also reflections in the body. So, which you also learn in Awaken.
You
Or
learn
you
that
can
in
do
level 1.
aligned, or you could do that in aligned AF as well, another course of Michaela's.
Yeah. We're
Promo
just
plug.
yeah, thank you. Love this for me.
So everything that pretty much happens in our body is our higher self showing us that there is some kind of imbalance in the body. And I was experiencing a lot of hip pain. I had seen physiotherapists. Um, there were some things that relieved it a little bit, but nothing helped it all that dramatically. I had a reading with Mikaela and she gave me some tools to do. I did those tools. After the first time I did one of the tools, I experienced about 85% less pain overnight. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it again, like she said I should. And then I did it again, and I have not had pain since in my hip. And nothing else in my life has changed other than healing that and doing some energetic tools that she gave me to do.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, you guys. So she did an incredible job at explaining that. And the tools that she's saying that I gave her, I always channel the specific physical and energetic tools from your higher self to get you where you want to go. And that does include relieving body reflections or pain, body elements, anything that's simply not the vibe that you want to shift out of. I can channel the tools, and Amber can also channel the tools that you need to shift out of that. And yeah, that's also something that you definitely learn inside of Awaken Level 1 as well, is being able to read your current energy field, which electromagnetic field is the scientific term of the creator field. And you can see kind of what's in there that's not, as Amber said, in balance and can't come with you to where you want to go, and that you need to shift and heal so that you're no longer an energetic match for the thing that's not the vibe. Yeah, that's so incredible. I didn't know that was what was like it solidified it. You're like, oh wow, this shit works. Like I'm in, like I need to learn how to do this for myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in pain for months. My boss
Wow.
at work would have to strap up my hip, and that was like the only way that I would get some kind of relief. And yeah, I did what you told me to do, and it stopped almost instantly. And I was like, wow, this isn't crazy. This is real.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, that I was like, every time I have some kind of doubt with intuition, I think back to that moment and I think, I
Mm,
don't have pain anymore. I
yeah.
didn't have to learn some really long-winded lesson. Who knows what that would have then manifested into in the body if I didn't address it. Um,
100%.
but yeah, I'm so glad that I did.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was incredible. All right, guys, that is all the questions that I have for Amber today. Amber, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us, for sharing all of the answers that you answered for us today. And I'm so freaking proud of you for the growth that you've made, for investing in yourself time and time again. And also for showing up here today. Like doing this is such a testament to the growth that you've had, that you've made, the leaps and bounds that you've made when it comes to your self image and your self love. Like the fact that you did something that is uncomfortable for you and you were like, oh, this is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna video and I'm gonna do a podcast recording with Mikaela, and it's scary, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Like that is so that's I hope you celebrate yourself for doing this today, some way, some shape, somehow, please.
Thank you. And thank you for all that you've done for me. I would not be here without you and your course. I would not be the person I'm becoming.
Stop it. Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry. I love you so much. Okay. Okay. Before I start crying, no, seriously, stop it. Um, thank you. I love you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. If you're still here, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for listening. Awaken Level 1 doors are open right now. We will start the week of April 21st. Super excited. And I can't wait for the queens who are about to jump in and join and have profound transformations, just like the one Amber has had. And we'll continue to have, I can't wait to see everyone's growth. Like, this is why I do what I do. And I'm so grateful. I love my job and I love all of the incredible people, humans that I attract. So if you're listening to this and you like this episode, make sure you like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, screenshot this, share it with Instagram, tag me. I love to hear what you guys thought about the episodes. If you have any questions at all about Awaken, Intuition Training Camp, please do not hesitate to reach out. My DMs are always open at Mikaela Filar. The info for that is all in the show notes below. You can also, if you are interested in getting a little taste of what it's like inside of Awaken, you can download my free intuition training masterclass. It's about an hour and a half long, I think. And I teach you how to get yes and no answers and so much more. So much more. So if you're all in and you're ready to jump in and train your intuition and get more connected to that inner knowing and start your journey, don't hesitate. Press that button now. I'm so excited to see you inside. I cannot wait. And as always, we will chat soon. Bye.